my name is Stephanie. I'm a 32-year-old unemployed individual, and and if you're new here, you found me through the algorithm. I am going to be documenting my unemployment experience. Now, if you are unfamiliar with why I'm unemployed, I left my job towards the end of October, and then I was formally done the end of October. And because I had more than a month's worth of leave, I know, odd, more than a month's worth of leave, they said I should take my leave in November. They paid out my a salary, and they paid out my last bit of leave at the end of November, and then December I got my severance package because I worked at the organization for 9 years and 2 months type of thing. So I'm in a very fortunate position right now where I have a little bit of money that will carry me through for a few months, and I am now officially kind of back at work, if you want to say, because I took the whole of November and I took the whole of December off because it was like the last 2 months of the year. No one was hiring. Obviously now a lot of jobs are popping up because it's January. And then yeah, so I'm going to document and have this unemployment series. I am going to tell you the highs, the lows, everything in between. And so let me start off by saying that last week was interesting. I knew I was going to apply for UIF, which is the Unemployment Insurance Fund in South Africa. And obviously we contribute to UIF. Well, majority of companies, you apply for you contribute to UIF, and I've been contributing since I've worked since I was 21 or something. And also I had a part-time job while I was doing my full-time job, so I was contributing twice to unemployment, so I should be entitled to it. But anyway, let me get to the point. I applied for it online on the 27th of December. I knew that the Department of Labor was closed, and I was like, okay, best to do it online, and Bob's your uncle. And I was going to check on it today because there are specific forms that you need to upload or hand in. And then last week I spiraled. I had a panic attack. Mind you, the last time I had a panic attack was probably 8 years ago. So I knew what I was getting, I knew what I was dealing with. So my husband and I went to a small town. We just arrived. We were sitting on our phones. I was scrolling on TikTok, which is really bad. But I was scrolling on TikTok, and I came across a video of someone who went to the Department of Labor in Athlone, and he had a really bad experience, and he was rude, and the consultant was rude, and it was like a whole back and forth. Nevertheless, I decided to go in the 400 and plus comments. And let me tell you, while scrolling through majority of it, there wasn't one good experience with UIF. So I spiraled. I was like, what if I still don't have a job by the time my money runs out? What if UIF doesn't pay me? I spiraled. So my husband was asleep, and then I phoned my mother because I was like, what if I'm unable to keep a roof over my head? Will she take me in? And then she didn't answer her phone, and then I found my friend Jessica. She didn't answer her phone. I found my friend Lisa. She didn't answer her phone. And so I ended up on the floor in the bedroom, just having the worst emotions I've ever experienced. And then eventually my friend Jessica called me back, and I vented to her, and she kind of reassured me, don't worry, just go into the Department of Labor, which I did last week Friday. I did go. So I thought I'd tell you my experience on the situation. The closest one to me is about 20 minutes away, which is great. And they open at 7 o'clock, so I went with all my documents, all my paperwork that I needed. And I will link below or write out everything you need. One thing that really helped me in this regard is the UI 2.8, which is the banking details one, because what they do is when you get inside, eventually get inside, they will give you a form, and then they give you their banking form as well, and they tell you to leave and come back another day. Now what was great, because my mother, she went through unemployment, and she told me about this banking form, which I was able to download, and I already had it stamped by the bank to prove that you have an active bank account, so that UIF can pay into their bank account, right? So what was great is that I already had the form, so I could sit there and I didn't need to leave again and come back, because when I got there at 5:30 and there was already a long line. But majority of the people that's in the line are people that come in to sign for payment. So you have to come monthly to come and sign off to say you're still unemployed and that UIF still has to pay you another month. And I was the first timer, so I stood in another line. Yeah, so I got there opposite 5. I only walked out of there just past 10, which is not too bad. My mother stood in a line for 7 hours, and this was in the Cape Town branch. But I went to the Mitchell's Plain one. So, and they're quite nice. Despite them being short-staffed that day, they were really to the point. There was a guy there, I don't know what his name is. He's like a lighter complexion guy with glasses. Organized. He was just like telling people what it is, what it's done, like whatever. So I had it in my forms, which is normally your certificate of service, your UI-19, your banking details, which is the UI 2.7 or 2.8, I'm not quite sure. And then they give you a form that you fill out on the spot. And then there's another form, I don't know, oh yes, and then a certified copy of your ID. So that's what I went with. And then they give you a letter saying, okay, you need to come back either in 20 days or 35 days so that they can process whether UIF is going to pay you out or not, like if your claim has been approved or not. So I have to go back in 20 days. So I'm just glad that that is over and done with, and I have to go back in the first week of February, which is great. So that's a tick for me. Today my goal is to just show up. So I've gotten dressed. I'm just showing up for myself because no one else is going to show up for me. And so I'm going to tackle the week and weeks thereafter and just work on finding a job. So today my main priority is to update my CV. My CV has not been updated for a little bit, and then update all the portals I was on because I was looking for a job last year. And then you actually get job fatigued. It is hectic. You get to a point where you're just like, I'm so sick and tired of looking for a job. I had to keep an Excel spreadsheet, which I'm going to do again. An Excel spreadsheet of all the jobs I applied for, because I got to a point where people would phone me and then I couldn't remember what job I applied for. So I kept like what the job was, the link of it, in terms of like going back and checking what the job description was. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do predominantly today. And then also 4 out of the 5 days of this week I'm going to be job hunting for about maybe like an hour. Because if I'm going to be in this desperate state, then I know for myself I'm not going to achieve anything and I'm going to spiral. So for myself, I'm making my limit just an hour every day, checking for jobs, applying for jobs if I find that they are within my skill set, and then taking it from there. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then obviously I'm going to do some editing because I still am on YouTube. So I'm going to do some editing work, and then I also have a website, like a travel website, so I haven't written on it for a while, and there's a lot of things that I can still work on in the background while still applying for jobs. So that's me for today. And then also I decided to look for a therapist because of the trauma I went through with my employer and just the organization itself. And I want to work on myself because there are triggers that trigger me to just kind of show anger towards this individual, and I don't want that to follow me in the new year. I don't want it to follow me in my new job, and so I'm trying to find a way to just work through it. So I am seeing a therapist. I saw her in December. That was my first time meeting her, and then I have a session tomorrow, which is great because of my spiral situation. So let's get working on my CV. I'm actually first going to work on my Google calendar for the week and kind of block out specific times, etc. And then we're going to start working on all the job hunting things. So yeah, I'm excited for the series, and I hope that you will come along with me.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
My CV took so long because I decided to redo the entire thing, but sorry, my phone's going off, because I'm redoing it all. And yeah, I'm now gonna download it and then upload it to all the career portals. But man, I did a complete overhaul of my CV.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Okay, so I just went over time, but I got what I needed to do for the morning, and I was catching up with a friend, and my hair is actually really bad because I didn't wash the conditioner out. But anyway, that's not important. I want to see what I can eat because the food that I made yesterday is for tomorrow night. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make me a wrap. Yeah, I'm gonna make me a wrap. I have these multi-seed wraps that I just like pop in the freezer, and then I take it out, like defrost very quickly, and then I'm gonna make chicken strips and make me a nice little quick and easy wrap. I was actually at my desk at 2 o'clock. I made sure to be promptly here because one of the things I did last year was I would have lunch and then I would extend the lunch and then I'd be sleeping on the couch and then the whole day was gone. The other thing I was really bad at, or a bad habit I did, was I would move environments, which is fine. You can change your environment when it comes to working, but I would take my own laptop, sit on the couch, and then I wouldn't actually work. I would watch TV. I'm trying to just like not do those bad habits because I'm not productive, I'm not being the best version of myself, and I need to train myself back into having a typical 9 to 5. So now I am just going to, I just imported the camping footage, which I'm going to edit now. So I'm going to spend a lot of time editing videos or writing on my website or doing any, I guess, content creation or content curation. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do now. I'm going to spend a lot of time now specifically looking for music. I need like a 5 to 10 minute break because sitting there and editing for such a long time is killing me. But I'm gonna make me a cup of coffee. I think there should be enough water. Yeah, there's enough water. It's fine. I'm gonna make me a cup of coffee and then go straight back into editing. I did say from 3 to 4 I'm gonna write, but I really want to get a lot done with my editing, and then I'll spend, since I'm only editing today and tomorrow, I'll spend the Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I'll spend writing. So I think that's what I'm going to do rather. And then from 4 to 5 I have reading. So I'm going to show you the book that I'm actually reading now. It's in my bedroom because I read at night, but I've had this really bad habit. Another bad habit of mine is I sleep very late, which is not great. But there is this book called Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I'm not too far in. I'm like on page 10. So like I said, I just started, and I started this book last year and then I just stopped. This is a book that I really want to get into. I was on page 45. I'm quite far. This one's called The Fix by Michelle P. King, and it is how to overcome the invisible barriers that are holding women back at work. And it was a really, the pages that I so far read was really good, but then it got towards the end of the year and I didn't feel like reading a non-fiction, so I'm going to get back into this one as well. Because last year when I was into my books, or not last but even before, I always read a non-fiction and a fictional book. So I'm gonna get back into spending half an hour fiction, half an hour non-fiction. So let me make this cup of coffee and let's just jump back into editing. I spent exactly 2 hours editing, and travel videos take a lot out of a person because there's something about, or I find specifically, when I'm editing a vlog like this vlog versus a travel vlog, because the music is different, the way I edit is different. It takes a lot out of you, so I literally spent 2 hours doing that. It's 4 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to read now, like I said I am. And if I read 5 pages from one and 5 pages from the other one, I did my part. I decided to read. I'm slowly weaning myself into, not winning means getting off. I'm slowly getting myself into the reading phase again, because I haven't read in a very long time. So I'm slowly but surely getting into it again. And then also, as a fun activity, I'm gonna color in. So I got this Comfy Days Cute and Comfy Coloring In book of Shein, a lot cheaper than I would have gotten it on Take-A-Lot. So I'm enjoying this. I have colored in a few, like this one. Am I artist? Maybe. And then I use a white gel pen to like make little shadow marks, I guess, in it. Yeah, I'm a bit bougie, but anyway, and then I'm gonna do that, watch some YouTube, and then call it a day for today. And then tomorrow, brand new day, and let's see if we can keep on the train, the cycle. It's 20:07, and Koda just let me know that he's coming home a little late, which is fine because he literally works like 20 minutes away. I just about made it. I did about 6 or 7 pages of the non-fiction book and I crashed. Now normally I take a nap after lunch, and so the fact that I made it until just after 4 is a lot. So I crashed, but that was fine. There wasn't much left of, you know, till 5 o'clock, so I pretty much slept, but I'm not feeling too good. So I am going to start. I don't want to start because it's literally just butter chicken. So I'm gonna just make supper and then head to bed because I'm tired, and I will see you guys in the morning. I am like so exhausted, and it's just after 9. Can you believe it? And I also woke up late this morning because I forgot that I took my normal alarms off during the holidays, and I forgot to put it back on. And all I remember this morning is Courtney asking me, can you have my Evo? That was it. So today I need to respond to YouTube comments. I haven't responded since after Christmas, so they stopped piling at the moment. So I just want to respond to everyone. I do always make a conscious effort to respond, so it's just been because it's the holidays. And I'm going to edit a bit, and I'm also going to do my job search, very important. And then I have therapy today, so therapy is at 1:30. and I have so much to talk about because I think like I mentioned yesterday, I had a panic attack last week, so that's not normal for me. So I'm gonna get that done, but the second load of washing is on because normally between 8 and 9 I do housework, and Tuesdays is laundry washing day. So I normally do 2 loads, and then whatever washing is on the line I just fold. But whew, I'm like sweating. I think and then I did the dishes also this morning, as you saw. But I don't know why am I getting so hot. Anyway, let's get searching for some jobs, doing some things. My husband always switches my mouse off. Always. When he works, he switches it off and he doesn't put it back on. Oh, keyboard is also not connected. Very annoying. Very annoying. Anyway, let's get working. Done. I responded to every single person. So now my next thing that I'm gonna do is apply for a job. I'm applying for this job, but tell me why there's 5,000 questions. And I noticed that, you know, even with my friends, we talk about this and we say, this really puts someone off. Like, why am I having to do all of this? Like, it really puts me off. But I'm gonna do it and see what comes from it. I'm not gonna like not do it. Normally this would just really put me off, and then I just be like, I'm not applying. But I'm gonna have a different mindset and just do it. I have about 5 minutes and then I have my counseling session. So I did it at lunch. I just had a quick lunch, and then I know I've actually finished every single thing that I needed to do today. I even exported my video, so it will just be an easy upload. I think that after my hour-long session, I'm gonna take a nap because I do have this really horrible headache that I had when I woke up this morning. But I'm hoping that I can do some activity once I wake up from my nap. Particularly, I want to do the candle. So I've been doing this candle making stuff, and let me just show you quickly. I have 4 minutes left. So I made this candle, so this one, and my mistake was I only added 2 wick sticks instead of 3, so it kind of collapsed. Anyway, so I just broke it up, I think last week. So I'm gonna remelt it, and I do have new soy wax to just top up the candle. So I'm hoping to do that this afternoon, and maybe some coloring in, maybe scrapbooking, who knows. So I'll see what my mood is like after my nap and after this counseling session. And yeah, we have a lot to talk about, especially the panic attack issue. Definitely need to talk about that and find tools to deal with it.
I'm sitting there waiting and suddenly I realised, I don't even want to admit it, but truly the connection had never actually taken.
I fell asleep, which I did say I was gonna do. But I struggled to fall asleep, which is very unusual for me. Ask anyone who knows me personally, I can fall asleep like this. But I think I was on an emotional roller coaster with my therapist. I kind of just woke up just before 6, which is long. I slept very long. If I say I'm gonna nap, it's not a nap. It's really not. So anyway, I am gonna close off the vlog here, and I'm sorry I didn't show you like an activity in terms of doing the candles. Let me know if you want me to do a separate video that is just dedicated for like cozy activities and stuff, because I do a lot. I have a trolley filled with different things that I do to be creative and to spend time off my phone as I put my phone down. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am hoping to make more of these unemployment series and show you how I fill my day, because when you're unemployed, it is not as easy to fill your day, especially when you don't have something like me, like a YouTube channel. Maybe you should start a YouTube channel and do an unemployment series. That could be fun. Film on your phone. You don't need a camera, you don't need this expensive equipment. You really don't. You know, edit on your phone I do all the things, but I'm gonna list below all the resources I use when I needed to go to UIF, or the Department of Labor, and claim for UIF if you just recently been unemployed or recently been retrenched, whatever the case may be. If you resign, you can't claim for UIF. Something to remember. So like when Courtney resigned, he couldn't claim for UIF, but he did get partial part of his pension, and then the rest we put in a preservation fund, and then he got all of his medical savings and tax, and that's why we could still, I guess, enjoy the luxury of having a normal life. I'll put all the resources below, things that you can read. What I'm gonna share with you articles I read when I knew that I was going to leave my job that helped me as well, and also speak to someone who has been through this process before, because if I didn't speak to my mother, I wouldn't have known certain things, like the fact that my credit card was going to be blocked, the fact that I needed a UI 2.7 form that I needed the bank to stamp. So when I say just speak to someone who's been in this process before, because you learn a lot from that individual, because they themselves have to go through the process, and find something to fill your day while you are looking for a new job, because the days can be boring, the days can be long when you don't have a job, a 9-to-5 job to fill your day and to fill the hours. So find something that's going to fill your day. Telling yourself, okay, I'm gonna do an hour worth of chores, because cleaning your whole house in one day is boring. Task it out, pull it into parts. Do free courses if you've got access to internet, for example. So I'll link below some of the free courses I've done on different sites, so that you can also fill, say, an hour of your day doing a free course to upskill yourself in the time that you're also still finding a job. Update your CV, do the various things. I think I should maybe list of things that you could maybe fill your day with, because you do get to a point where you're like, how do I, so I'll share some of those tips and things that I've done in, I guess, the 3 months. If you've been unemployed longer, please share your tips as well that would motivate people that's in the same position, because you need motivation, you need something to keep you going. And don't get me wrong, you are gonna fall into a state of, why me? Why am I not good enough? These are things that my therapist said, and I'm fortunate that I'm in a position where I can go to a therapist, and I don't think I'll keep it for long also. If you've been in this position, please share anything with me, with anyone in this position, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.